Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about AP Music Theory and what this class has to offer. I'm going to be describing my experiences when I took this class in high school, and I'm going to be describing what exactly AP Music Theory is by giving examples. Alright, so let's get started. Hope you guys enjoy this video. So you may be wondering, what exactly is AP Music Theory? Well, here are some of the responses I got from my friends. What is music theory to you?
Music theory to me is all about trying to figure out the chords and figuring out certain rhythms and how you can make cool music and like the science behind stuff that you hear every day in music and notes and stuff.
What is music theory to you?
Music theory to me is more like teamwork, collaboration, and trying to hit chords and being in tone, trying to match each other.
What is the relative key of A major?
C minor?
So as you can tell by the responses I obtained, not a lot of my friends knew what AP Music Theory was. So let me start off by saying that AP Music Theory is definitely a challenging course. It requires background knowledge on musical elements. So I do highly recommend that if you are looking to take this course in the future, that you have some musical background knowledge. For example, you're in choir or band or orchestra, either one of those three that I mentioned, or you play an instrument on the side. But it's very important that you understand rhythm, tempo, pitches before going into this class, because I believe it will aid you a lot in the beginning topics, and it will help you in the dictations as well, which we'll get into that later. Also, I would like to say that this is a college level music theory course. So if you're looking to major in music, you are definitely going to see some of this material covered in Music Theory 1 and a bit of Music Theory 2. So if you want to major in music, it is ideal to take this class in high school because it will help prepare you for college. If you think that AP Music Theory is one of the easiest APs that you could take, you may be a bit mistaken. In my opinion, it's not that it's difficult, but if you are not capable of understanding pitches and rhythms, that's when it becomes a little bit challenging, since for the dictations you have to differentiate between pitches and rhythms, and you have to notate that down. If you're just taking this class because you believe it's going to be easy and an easy 6.0 credit, well, you're wrong. However, I would like to say that when I took this course, my teacher was very extremely helpful, and he always did his best to teach us well in a manner that really did help me understand the lessons that we did. So even though I was not great with rhythms, I was still able to do fairly well in this class, and I was prepared for the AP exam. So I haven't answered the question we're all still wondering. What is AP Music Theory? So AP Music Theory, it is a variety of things, really. For example, one of the things I remember doing in this class is analyzing performed and notated music to explore concepts like pitch, rhythm, form, and musical design. In this video, I will be discussing the first 5 units of AP Music Theory. There are a total of 8 units, and you can find these units on AP College Board, but I believe that the first 5 units are the most important since they have the most amount of material you need to learn, so I will be covering these in my video. So to begin with, you're going to have to go through Unit 1, and Unit 1 has pitch, major scales, key signatures, rhythm meters, and expressive elements. You're going to be learning the basics of music to establish a foundation that will help you in the future. So if you don't know Unit 1 yet, you need to learn Unit 1. Because if you don't know Unit 1, you're going to have a lot of difficulties in the future. So Unit 1 basically teaches you note names, pitches, major scales, major keys, It teaches you tempos, time signatures, and dynamics. It allows you to differentiate between pitches and different scales and different tempos. Unit 2, if I remember correctly, this is when you start getting into minor scales and different key signatures like A minor, C minor. So it also teaches you melodies and different textures. So, for example, some topics that you might see here are natural harmonic and melodic minor scales, key relationships, intervals, melodic features like contour, register, and range, texture types such as monophony and homophony. So when you move on to Unit 3, you begin to see triads and seventh chords, and here is where you have to have a better ear, because at this part of the course, you begin to hear out for more different things. For example, diminished, augmented, major, and minor triads, you have to tell which one's which. Similarly, for seventh chords, there's major, minor, half diminished, and fully diminished major. It becomes more difficult to hear, but if you practice and continue practicing, you eventually get the hang of it. Also, you learn in Unit 3 about chord inversions. This is basically the number on the top of the Roman numeral that tells you what the root of your chord is. So to learn inversions, it was pretty simple for me because my teacher, shout out to Mr. Cruz again, he gave us this little mnemonic device. It was a phone number that we had to remember for inversions. So this phone number was 664, and this one in the little area code, and 664 was basically for the triads. And then after 664, it was 765 4342. The actual number was for seventh chords. So that's how you could tell the difference between the two. And then we come to my favorite unit, Unit 4. And let me tell you why this is my favorite unit. Because here you start learning about counterpoint and counterpoint rules. This is where you actually start composing your own music. And I had a lot of fun making these compositions because I did really enjoy composing. I think this is a really fun part of the course. So if you want to learn how to compose your own music, you should definitely join this course because you make chords that you never thought you could make. But by understanding the concept of music theory, you're able to create these amazing compositions. So as we move along to Unit 5, we can see how Unit 4 and Unit 5 are quite similar. Like I explained previously, 4 is when we start with the counterpoint, which is constructing our own composition. In Unit 5, we continue creating our own composition, except it becomes more complex. And by complex, I mean that you add an alto and tenor line in comparison to Unit 4, where you just had the soprano and bass line. But Unit 5 incorporates the alto and tenor line to make it a little bit more challenging for the student to develop and include their ideas in their composition. So here you may see topics like predominant chords in a harmonic progression, cadences, and the ability to differentiate the types of cadences, so half cadence, plagal cadence, authentic cadence, and deceptive cadence. For authentic cadence, there's the imperfect authentic and there is the perfect authentic cadence. The differences between the two: when there's a perfect authentic cadence, this is when the bass and the soprano both end on the same note and the chord is a one chord. An imperfect authentic cadence would be when the soprano does not stay on the same note as the bass. So they're both on different notes, but they're still on a one chord. So that's a mixed imperfect. Now that we have concluded the majority of the units for AP Music Theory, I hope you have gained a better understanding of what AP Music Theory is. Additionally, I hope you obtained some useful information that will help you out next year if you do decide to take this class, which I encourage you all to give it a shot because it is definitely something worth trying and something that you will definitely enjoy doing and learning about. Anyways, thank you all for watching my video all the way to the end. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.